So I've got a couple of longer videos coming out in the next couple of days on the subject of rape culture, specifically asking the question, do we live in a rape culture? Is our society rape cultured? And the first of those videos will be about 40 minutes long, the second about 15 minutes long. And there's quite a lot of information in those videos. In fact, if I show you the timeline for the first video there's over 160 elements contained within that video, within that timeline. So there's quite a lot of information in there to go through. What I want to give in this video is just a brief rundown of what these videos cover. So it's looking at the subject of rape culture, but specifically this idea of our society. This is the society in which we live. Societies like the United Kingdom and the United States of America, are they reasonably defined as rape cultures? So what I've done is I've took the most commonly accepted definition of rape culture, and what I've said is, how can we apply that to an entire society? How best to apply that to an entire society? And then once I've done that, what I've said is, how could you evidence that definition in such a way as that you would meet the requirements to say that such a society reasonably could be regarded as a rape culture? So what I go through in that first video is I try and evidence all those different ways of doing it, and I manage to fail pretty spectacularly each time that I do it. So I don't think I'm giving you too many spoilers when I say that the conclusion that I draw at the end of that is to say that we do not live in a rape culture, that our society is not rape cultured. Now, something else that I feature in that first video, there's a 6-minute segment in there which I may at some time in the future end up even releasing as a little video on its own, which looks at media, at TV, at TV dramas, at films, and especially at video games, and a little case study there of Grand Theft Auto 5, which is something that has been regarded as evidence for rape culture, that our society is rape culture, but I think actually shows exactly the opposite. So that's quite a nice little chunk of material that is involved in there. So that is a self-contained video in itself, as in terms that it reaches the conclusion. A lot of material, a lot of information, a lot of evidence there, and two interesting hypotheses that I make at the end of that video, which you may be interested in. What the second video does, what I found is that rather than provide evidence of rape culture, and to provide evidence of rape culture, it has to fit into the definition. If the argument you've made doesn't fit with the definition, then it isn't of any use. It's not scientifically valid. What I found is, instead of that, there was a whole load of spurious bullshit. There seems to be an approach of, let's throw as much shit against the wall in the hope that some of it sticks. So what I look at the second video is some of the things that are frequently discussed in the name of rape culture, but which don't make these evidential requirements, which seem to be somewhat tenuously linked or tangentially related to rape culture, and yet are provided as evidence that we live in a rape culture. So that video works on itself, but they work very well, I think, as a pair of videos together. I think it's a nice little project. I hope that's given you a little bit of a rundown of what is involved there, if you're the kind of person that doesn't like too long videos or anything like that. Otherwise, it's given you a little bit of an abstract, give you a little bit of idea of what's involved. Okay, so I welcome you to watch those videos. They'll be out in the next couple of days. Thank you for watching this video, and bye for now.